St. Patrick's Day decor is cute and all, but what if we can make it practical? Like this! Wait for it. Da-da-da. If you're interested in making this, then you want to stick around. Hello everyone and welcome to Amparo Wonderland. Today we are going to be learning how to create this cute but also very cool leprechaun hat that actually works as a pencil or hook holder. Can't get any better than that, now can ya? Best part of this is it is beginner friendly. So definitely go ahead and grab your free pattern that is available for you down below, and don't hold out on it because this will not be free forever. So take advantage, grab that free pattern. It is in the description box down below. It is that first link on the box for you. So no more talking here. Let's go ahead and move over to our materials list. And here we are, our materials. What we need today are a sharp pair of scissors. Make sure they are sharp, not dull. We need a 4.25mm crochet hook, a darning needle, our best friends, of course, our stitch markers. And as for our yarn, we need 3 different colors. Today I am using the Yarnspirations Red Heart Green Pea. I love this yarn, color black, and loops and threads color gold. Keep in mind, you are allowed to use any color you want for your leprechaun hat, but also I want you to know that all of these are acrylic yarn and they are medium weight. So, now that we got that said and done, let's stop talking and let's get yarny! Alright, so let's get this going. Keep in mind that these are all in US terms. The first thing that we are going to be doing is a magic ring. So let's go ahead and create our magic ring. If for any reason you do not know how to create a magic ring, I do have a short available for you up here that shows you step by step on how to make your magic ring. If you know how to make a magic ring a different way, then you are more than welcome to do so. So, now that we've got our magic ring, let's pop our round counter up here. We are working in rounds, as you just noticed. So round 1, now what we are going to do is that we are creating 6 single crochet. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So what you're going to do is that you're going to go into your magic ring first, and then you're going to go under, you're going to yarn under, and then you pull up a loop. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. That is a single crochet, so let me grab my best friend here and mark up my first stitch. Because we are working in continuous rounds, the spiral rounds, you will most likely get lost and not know where you started and ended your round. So let me show you one more time how to create a single crochet by closing up here. There we go. So as I said, we are doing a yarn under yarn over method to keep our stitches nice and tight. So let's go ahead back into our magic ring here, and we're going to yarn under, and then you're going to pull up a loop, you yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. That's our second single crochet. Let's do that again. We go into our magic ring, yarn under, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. We have 3 of them. You want to have 6 single crochet in this first round. And here we have my 6 single crochet. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is that we are going to close our magic ring. To close your magic ring, we have our working yarn here. We are not going to be touching that. Okay, so just leave that alone. We're going to grab our short end here, which is the end of our yarn. And then the other stitches that you have on your hand here, you're going to hold on to them. So grab your end and just simply pull. Pull, 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 pull all the way, and like magic, you have closed your ring. So there you have it. There's no longer a hole in there. So let's go ahead and keep going. in our round 2. Boop-a-doo-boo. That was quick, wasn't it? So for round 2, what we're going to do is that we are going to create an increase into each stitch. What an increase is that it is, oh geez, English. We are creating 2 stitches into 1 single stitch. So in this case, we are creating 2 single crochet into each stitch from the previous round, round 1, because we are now in round 2. So let's go ahead to our next stitch here, which is where our best friend was. We're gonna go to the front here. There we go. And now we're going to yarn under, and you're going to pull up a loop. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through those 2 loops that are on your hook. Plain and simple, just like we've been doing, a single crochet. And that's going to be your first stitch of the round, so make sure you mark it up. Whether you're a beginner or an expert, I do advise to use stitch markers because you never know, right? And it's better to not get lost. Alright, so we have our single crochet in that first stitch, right? Now we're going to work into that same exact stitch again, and we're going to create a single crochet again. So put your hook right in that same stitch, okay? We're going to yarn under and pull up a loop. We're going to yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. Perfect! So you just learned how to create an increase. Da, 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 yay! So for the next stitch, we're going to do that again, another increase. So you go in there, you're going to yarn under, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. That's a single crochet. Create another single crochet. Go in there, yarn under, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. Perfect. That's another increase. Excellent. Now you know how to make increases. So continue to create an increase into each stitch, and then when you get to the last stitch, you should have 12 single crochet in total. Okay, perfect. Here we are. We have finished our increases and we have 12 stitches in total. So now we are in round 3. Wow, that came out weird. 3. So for round 3, what we're going to do, we are following the pattern that is 1 single crochet and then an increase in the next stitch. So let's go ahead and give that a shot. So what we're doing is that we're doing kind of like the base of the holder, I guess. So let's go ahead and do our single crochet first. And make sure it is yarn under, yarn over. Mark it up. Okay, don't forget. Now we're going to go into the next stitch and we're going to create the increase. We do 2 single crochet into that 1 single stitch. Perfect. That was easy, wasn't it? Let's go ahead and repeat that again. So we do 1 single crochet and then an increase. So 2 single crochet in that next stitch. Awesome. So continue that pattern. Now you know it. So go ahead and pause that video and create 1 single crochet in 1 stitch and then an increase in the next stitch. I'll see you at the end of this round, which you should have 18 stitches in total. Nice, we made it. So now we are gonna go to round 4. Yes, for round 4 we are going to follow this pattern again. It is 1 single crochet, an increase in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so let's give that a shot. So we're going to do 1 single crochet first, just like that. And then we're going to mark up our first stitch so we know where we are. And then we're going to do an increase into the next stitch here. So that means 2 single crochet in that stitch. Okay? And then we create 1 single crochet. There we go. That was easy. Let's do that again. So 1 single crochet in the next stitch, an increase in the next one, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Perfect. Alright, just follow that pattern all the way around and then come back to me and I'll show you what we're going to do next. And at the end of this round, you should have 24 stitches in total. So here we have it. We have finished round 4 and now we move on to the next round, round 5. And this is actually going to be very easy. We are going to create 1 single crochet into each stitch. So that means 24 stitches in total for this round. And also, just so you know, we're going to be doing this actually until round 17. Yes, this is a long one. So 1 single crochet all the way around, 24 stitches in total for each round, from round 5 all the way to round 17. So go ahead and pause that video and create your rounds. Make sure you keep in track of where you are at, so that way you don't get lost and you don't create too many or too little amount. So good luck. I'm at the end of my round 5 here, going on to round 6. But as you can see, the piece is kind of curling up this way, but you want this side to be on the outer side of your piece. So what you're going to do is that you are going to simply push it the other way like this. Okay, so that means you're going to be working your stitches like upward now. But before you continue on with round 6 through 17, you should try and weave in your middle piece, because if you don't, you're going to have a hard time getting to it at the end of your piece. So go ahead and weave in your end here from the magic ring, and then continue creating your rounds until round 17, and then come back so I can show you what we're going to do for round 18. Okay, and here we are. We have made it to the end of round 17. So your piece should look a little like this. So it has that bottom part, which is the circle, and then we worked upward to create that cylinder shape. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to work on to round 18. For round 18, what we're going to do is that we are going to turn our work, and then we're going to work into that same single crochet that you had just finished. So let me show you here. As you can see, this is my last single crochet here. I'll mark it up so you can see. Right there is my single crochet. So I'm going to turn my work, and we're going to work into that single crochet. Okay, so let me remove it so it's not that hard. So go into the same single crochet, and we're going to yarn under, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. We're going to mark up that stitch there, just to make sure that when we come back to it, we know where it is. And you can remove the stitch marker if you would like, but me personally, I like to leave it just to make sure that I can keep in mind of where the last stitch was for the last round. So now that we are here, we're gonna work our way around the piece this way. So just keep doing these single crochets using that yarn under, yarn over method, just like we have been doing for the rest of our piece. So go ahead and take care of that all the way around, and create a single crochet into this where the stitch marker is as well. So you should have the 24 single crochet for this round also. Alright, here we are at the end of round 18. I haven't created my last stitch here just yet. Just wanted to show you that you are indeed going to be working in that stitch also to create your 24 stitches in total. As you can see, it's starting to look a little wonky, funky, or whatever you want to call it, and that's completely fine because we're starting to fold this over this way to create the other side of our hat. So this is where your hooks and your pencils are going to be going into, and then the outer part is where we do our decoration part. Okay, so now that we're at the end here of round 18, what we're going to do is that we're simply going to join our stitches there. And to join, we're going to do what is called an invisible join. So to create the invisible join, what you do is that you stretch out your loop and remove your hook. And then we're going to go into this stitch, which is your first stitch of the round, and work through the back of your stitch here. Grab your hoop again and put it back on your hook. Like that. You can pull it a little bit to secure it, and then we're just gonna pull that loop through that stitch like that. You're gonna tighten it the best that you can, and then you're tightening that loop that is on your hook as well, and that just joins your ends there, so that way it does like the seamless join. And then we're going to chain 1. Perfect. And now we're going to work into that same exact stitch, and you're going to create a single crochet. So go right in there, do underneath, pull up, yarn over, and pull through 2. And that's going to be your first stitch of that round. So now that we have our ends joined, as you can see, we've got a seamless join here. We joined our pieces together, or our ends together, and now we're gonna simply do 1 single crochet around. So that was your first single crochet, and this is my second single crochet. And just go all the way around using that yarn under, yarn over method to complete 24 stitches in total. Alright, so this is the end of round 19 here, and as you can see, it's starting to work itself in. But what we're going to do is that we're going to simply fold it out this way, so that way it can work itself downward instead of inward, because this is going to be the outer layer of our hook / pencil holder. Okay, so to continue, you just simply hold your piece like this, and to join our piece here, or our round here, we're just simply going to continue working in the spiral rounds. So don't do that seamless join again, you're just going to keep going in spirals. So now we're in round 20. So you're going to work into that first single crochet that you have of the round. You're going to yarn under and then yarn over. Okay, and you're completely fine, because we're gonna keep that spiral round like we have been doing. So now that you finish that stitch, you're just gonna keep going around and around and around and around. You're gonna work rounds 20 through 30. Okay, so we're halfway done there. And before you finish round 30, I want you to come back here, because we're gonna do a color change of the color black. So get that color black ready, so that way I can show you how to do round 30. Alright, so here we are at the end of round 30. I am on my last stitch here, and what we're going to do, the reason I told you to come back, is that we are going to switch colors, as I stated before, and I like to repeat myself. So we're going to go into our stitch right here. We're going to yarn under and pull up a loop. Now this is where we're going to change our color. We're switching with the color black, okay? And we're not necessarily switching completely, we are just adding black into this, so we're not going to fasten off yet. So as you saw, you just put it onto your hook there, and you just pull it through those 2 loops and just tighten the stitch a little bit. And now we have finished round 30 here, and we're on round 31. So for round 31, what we're going to do is that we are going to do like switching the green with the black. So every stitch, we start with the green and end the stitch with the black. So that's going to create a solid line that goes around this way. So that way you have a cleaner color change of the round. So let's go ahead into our next stitch here. We're doing the same thing though. So we're gonna go into the stitch right here. Black's kind of in the way. Okay, and we're going to do the stitch like if we're normally doing it, like that. So you yarn under and pull up a loop. So you should have a black colored yarn on the back, and then the other loop should be green. But before we finish, we're gonna switch with our black yarn, and we're going to yarn over and pull it through those 2 loops. And just tighten as you go, so that way the stitches aren't too loose. Perfect, so we finished that one, and we're gonna go ahead and mark up our first stitch here, so that way we don't forget the beginning of our round. Okay, so now let go of your black one, and we're going to pick up our green one again. We're going to go into the next stitch here, and we're going to do the same thing. So you're going to yarn under with the green and pull up that loop, and then we're going to finish our stitch with the black one. So grab your black yarn, going to yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. Okay, and again, if your stitch is too loose, just tighten it up by grabbing like this and pulling a little bit. Okay, perfect. Black is done. Let's grab our green again. We go into the next stitch. You're going to yarn under and pull up a loop. We have our 2 loops there, so we're going to switch up and grab the black one, yarn over, and pull through those 2 loops. As you can see, the stitch does loosen up a little bit for whatever reason. I don't know the exact reason. I think it's just because of how we're switching it. But that's okay. You just tighten the green and then you're good. And as you can see, the way the stitch is forming is that the bottom part is green, so it connects with the rest of your piece. And then to switch up to the black, we have the black line at the top. Okay, so you'll see how that works when we go on to the next round. So let's continue again. I'll show you one more time. So let go of the black one. We're going to start with the green. Go into the next stitch here. You're going to yarn under and pull up a loop. We got our 2 loops. So you're going to grab your black one. We're going to end the stitch with the black. So you yarn over and pull through both loops there. Tighten your stitch a little to keep it aligned with the rest. And you got your stitch there. Okay? So keep doing that process all the way around, and then come back to me before you finish your last stitch, so that way I can show you how we're going to continue on to the next few rounds. All right, so I'll see you there in a jiffy. Okay, here we are on our last stitch for round 31. And for round 31 to end it is that we're going to actually end our last stitch just using the black yarn. So you're going to go into the stitch, you yarn under, and then yarn over and create a single crochet. Okay, and that's it. So that ends our round of 31, and we're going to move on to round 32 and 33, which is simply using our black yarn and creating single crochet all the way around. So you should have a total of 24 stitches like we have been having for the last few rounds. Okay, so at the end of round 33, I want you to come back to me before you finish your last stitch so I can show you what you're going to do. Oh, by the way, before I leave you, you are more than welcome to fasten off the green if you want, but you are going to be going back to the green, so you can weave in your piece as you go instead. So what you're going to do, I'll show you really quick. So you're going to go into the next stitch over here, and you're going to have your green, and I like to have my black on top as well. And then I'm going to do the yarn under, and then a yarn over, and that weaves in your piece as you go on. So you can keep doing that, or as I say, you can fasten off your green with a little bit of a length, so that way you can weave it in at the end of your project if that's your preference. Okay, so go ahead and take care of that and then come back to me. Okay, I'll see you very soon. And here we are at the end of our round 33 on our last stitch here, and we're going to do exactly what we did with the green yarn, which is we're going to end our stitch with the green instead of the black. But before I move forward, I want to ask you how you're doing. I hope you're surviving this black yarn. I know it can be a little difficult to see the stitches, but I believe in you and I know you can do it. So let's go ahead and keep going, and let's go into this next stitch, and we're going to go in there and we're going to yarn under, and then we're gonna slip on our green. So if you did decide to fasten off, then this is what you're gonna do. You're just gonna grab your green and just slip it right through that last stitch there to finish that stitch. Okay, so now we are in round 34, and we're gonna do what we did last time. So last time what we did is that we started with the green and then ended with the black, but we're gonna do the opposite this time. So we're gonna go into the stitch, we're going to yarn under and pull up the loop. We have our 2 loops on there. We're gonna let go of the green and continue with the black. So we're finishing off our stitches with the green this time. So you yarn over and pull through that loop. You're going to tighten your stitches to make sure that it's good, and then we're going to mark it up. We don't want to forget where that round began. Perfect. So now we're going to let go of the green and start again with the black. So we're going to go into our next stitch here. We're going to yarn under and pull up a loop. We have our 2 loops on our hook, so we're going to grab our green. We're going to finish the stitch. So you yarn over and pull through 2. So we're going to switch again. Go into the next stitch and create with the black first, and we're going to finish our stitch with the green. You yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, so continue all the way around, and you should have 24 stitches in total, just like all the other rounds. So when you finish this round, come back to me before you finish your last stitch, so that way I can show you how we're going to finalize the round. And we are done using the black yarn. Yay! You have survived. Give this a great big old thumbs up if you have survived and if you have made it this far. Alright, let's go ahead and keep going. We are on our last stitch, and what we're going to do is that we are simply going to use just the green yarn. So go into your stitch, yarn under, pull up a loop, and you have finalized your single crochet for the last stitch of this round. And now we can move on to the next round, which is round 35. But it's not just round 35, it is round 35 through 37. And that's right, that means we are going to create a single crochet using only the green, and we're doing that for rounds 35, 36, and 37. Oh, and you are more than welcome to fasten off your black yarn, because we are no longer using that for the rest of the pattern. Yay! Welcome back. We have made it to the end of round 37. I have made my last stitch, and now we are going on to round 38. So for, oh geez, I'm like knocking things over. So for round 38, what we're going to do is that we're going to create what is called an increase. So that means that at the end of this round, we're going to have 48 stitches in total. Let me show you how we're going to work our increases. So we got our first stitch there where our stitch marker was. We're going to go into the stitch and create a regular single crochet the way we have been doing with the yarn under and yarn over method. And then we're going to go into that stitch again. So don't move forward to the next one. We're staying in the same one. Put your hook right into that same stitch. You're going to yarn under, yarn over, and pull through 2. So another regular single crochet. Doing that yarn under, yarn over method. So continue that pattern all the way around, and what you're going to get is that you're going to get like a little fan situation. I will show you how it looks at the end, so that way you can make sure that you are getting the same thing and that you're doing it right. Alright, so go ahead, continue doing all increases into each single stitch, and so at the end of your round, like I said, you should have 48 stitches in total. We have made it to round 39. Yes, that means we are almost done. As you can see, the little hat is taking form. We have the flat surface section here, and what we're going to do next is that we're going to create this pattern using the pattern 7 single crochet and then an increase. So that means 1 single crochet in the next 7 stitches and then an increase in the next one. Let me show you how to do that. So you're going to go into the stitch here, you're going to do a regular single crochet, and then you're going to mark it up with your best friend before moving forward. Now go ahead and create 6 more. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 single crochet. And now in the next stitch here, we're going to do the increase. So that means 2 single crochet into that single stitch. The reason we're doing that is that we're going to expand the flat part of it, so that way it can have a better standing support and it can stay standing when you put the hooks in there. There we go. So let's do that pattern again. So we do 1 single crochet into the next 7. So 1, 2, and now in the next stitch, oh, I got confused sometimes. So in the next stitch here, we're gonna go ahead and create an increase. Is it just me, or do you get confused sometimes when you're looking at your stitches? I don't know. It doesn't matter how much I've been doing crochet for. Sometimes I get confused as to where my stitch is. I don't know. My eyes are just like, I don't know, have control. I don't have control of them, I guess. All right. So go ahead and continue that pattern of creating 7 single crochet and then an increase, and you're going to repeat that pattern 6 times in total for this round. So we did 2 of them already, so that means you gotta do it 4 more times, and then at the end of the round you'll have 54 stitches in total. Okay, so go ahead and create this last round, and then I'm gonna show you how we're gonna create the next thing to finalize our cute hat hook holder. And there we have it. We have finished our hat here. So now what we're going to do, I mean, we're not completely done yet because we still need to do the buckle of our hat. So let's go ahead and fasten off. You don't need to fasten off too long, maybe 4 to 5 inches or so. More like 5 to 6 inches. I think that's a better number. So that way you can weave it in. And to fasten off, as you saw, you just cut the end off, and then we're just simply going to pull this out like that. Okay? And you don't have to worry about that. That's not going to undo your piece at all. Now let's go ahead and grab our darning needle, because we are going to create what is called a false stitch, or faux stitch, or invisible stitch. There are many names for this. What you're going to do is that we're going to remove our stitch marker here, and we're going to skip the next stitch and go into the next one from the front to the back with your darning needle, like that, and you're going to tighten it. And then we're going to work again from the front. As you can see, our stitch here has a front and a back loop. We're going to work into the back loop only, like this. And there you go. Now you have a false stitch there, and it looks seamless. Okay, so it's kind of like a seamless join at the same time. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to weave in this piece first. All right, so here we are. I have my hat all done. It's looking a little funny because this part has to be coming up a little further up on the hat, or down on the hat, and you want it to be flush with this part of the hat here. I don't know what, the rim of the hat, I guess you can call it. So what you're going to do is that you're just going to attempt to pull it like this. So you can pull it like this and then just flatten it out with the inside as well. Use both hands, and there you go. Now it's a little more flush and doesn't look as funny anymore. See? There you go. All done. It's ready. What we need now is our color gold. So for our gold buckle, what we're going to do, this part is going to be a little teensy bit more difficult, not in the aspect of how to make the stitches, but more of things getting in the way and making it difficult to, you'll see what I mean. So what we're going to do is that we are going to find the back of our hat. For me is right here. You can kind of see it's a little bit of off. So I'm going to do that as the back of my hat. And we're going to go here. And what we're going to do is that we're going to fold our hat in half, exactly where you want the back to be. So mine is right here. And for me, the front is right there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a stitch marker just to mark it up the center stitch, so that way I know where I'm going to go from there. So this is the center. As you can see, it's where it folds, and it's the middle row from the 3 from the 3 rows of the black, this is the middle row there, so that's where you want to stitch it up. Okay, now to make this a little easier, I'm gonna push this part up so it's out of the way. And don't you worry, you'll be able to push it back in at the end. Okay, now what we're going to do is that we are going to create a slip knot with our gold here. So to create a slip knot, the way I like to do it now is that I just hold my yarn like this, so the end is on this side, the working side is on this side, I twist, and then I grab my working yarn and I pull. It's a little confusing, but I do have another way to do it that is a little more beginner, so that way you can have a better idea of how to actually do it. And the short, you can find that above here on the top right corner. So we're not going to put it on our hook just yet, and what we're going to do with our slip knot is that we're going to go back to our hat here. So this is the front part. That's why it's good to mark it where the exact center is of the front, because that's going to be where the opening is for the buckle. Now, go ahead and count your stitches. So we're counting here. We're going to go down 1, and then we're going to go over 2. So we're going to go 1 and 2. So right in here, right where the green attaches to the black, that's where you're going to go into with your hook. And then we're going to grab our slip knot, and we're just going to place it on our hook, and you're going to tighten it. And then we're gonna slip it right through that stitch, just like that. Okay, so now this is where it's gonna be a little difficult, because we're gonna go up and then across and then down and then back. So we're gonna go down, so go straight down to the stitch right below it, like this, and we're going to the back over here, and we're going to create a slip knot. So grab your working yarn of the gold, and you're going to yarn under and pull it through, and then just pull it through that loop that's on your hook already. And that's a slip knot, or a slip stitch. That's a slip stitch. Now we're going to go into the next stitch above it. So go right in there, right above. Go in the back here. You're going to yarn under with your working yarn. You're going to pull it through like this, and then you're going to pull it through that loop there. If for any reason it does come undone, do not worry, just rehook it and then put it and then start again. Okay, so now we're going to go one more time into the next stitch. We're going to go up one more like that, straight line. We're going to yarn under and pull up a loop and pull through. Okay, just like that. So now that we have our way up, we did that 3 times. So we did 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we're gonna work across now, and we want to have the same number of stitches on each side. So I'm gonna turn my piece this way so it's a little easier to work, and we're gonna go into our next stitch here. Okay, it's a little hard to see, but I know you can do it. So just go right into the hat, right into the next stitch. We're going to grab our working yarn. Make sure it's your working yarn and not the end. Okay, so grab your working yarn. We're going to yarn over. It honestly doesn't matter. You could do yarn over or yarn under. And then pull it through. This is the part that might be a little difficult. Just pull it through the loop. Okay, that's a slip stitch. Go into the next stitch here. This is the next one. Go to the inside of your hat. You're going to grab your yarn and pull it through. It's a little difficult, like that, and pull it through that hoop. That's another slip stitch. Okay, that's your second one. You're gonna go into the next stitch, create a third one. Go into your hat here and grab that yarn and pull it through, just like that. Okay, we're gonna go again into the next stitch. Working yarn, and go into your hook and pull it through. There you go. We're going to do one more because we want 2 stitches across like we did for this side. So go into the next one. Okay. Go into yarn under or yarn over, right on your hook, and then pull through. Do the best you can when it comes to that, okay? Perfect. Now we can start going down. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slip stitches across. Okay, so we did 3 down here, so we're gonna do that again. So go straight down into the stitch right below it, like this. You're going to yarn over or yarn under, whatever is easiest for you. Pull it through and go through that loop. That's 1. So we went across and we went down. Now we're gonna go across one more time. So we're gonna turn our hat one more time this way, and this is clockwise. Okay, just a 90-degree angle. Okay, so to make sure that our buckle joins here, what we're going to do is that we are going to fasten off, do like 5 to 6 inches again. And we're just gonna pull this up like this. We're going to grab our darning needle, go ahead and thread that yarn through the eye of the needle, and then we're just simply gonna put it right through there. Just like that. So that is it. All you gotta do is remove your stitch marker, weave in your end, and then you just fix it back up, and then you finished. And there we have it. Now we know how to create this cute little leprechaun hat that also works up as a crochet hook holder and a pencil/pen holder. It is so adorable, and you can use it, which is even better. It's not just decoration for St. Patrick's Day, which is, you know, if you didn't know, coming up very shortly. So take advantage, create this, grab that free pattern. It's in the description box down below. It is going to be that first link in the description, and you should find it as a leprechaun hat pattern. That's how you will find it in the links. So also, if you are interested in practicing your skills some more, I am looking for some crochet pattern testers. So if you are interested and would like to help me out and at the same time get free patterns before anybody else does, you are going to want to find that application form, which is also in the description box down below, along with the pinned comment that is going to be in the comment section. So if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, go ahead and put them down in that comment section down below, and I will get back to you ASAP. And besides that, if you are still in the theme of St. Patrick's Day and just looking for something more, you're going to want to go ahead and check out this video here. And I do also have a playlist perfect for St. Patrick's Day right there. So I will see you in that video or the playlist, and if not, then I will see you in the next one. And as always, thank you for sticking around, and I'll see you again very, very soon. All right, you have a great day. Bye.